everyone. Welcome back to Business English Desk. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jamie. And okay, today's topic, this one has been requested so many times by so many of you, and I completely understand why.
Every week, Jamie.
I mean it, but seriously, before we dive in, listen to this.
Go ahead.
I need to make my homework. She did a beautiful painting. They created a mess. He built a decision.
Every single one of those sentences had a mistake in it. And they're exactly the kind of mistakes that feel completely natural when you say them, but sound wrong to native speakers.
Because do, make, create, and build are 4 words that learners mix up all the time, and the confusion makes total sense, because in many languages, 1 or 2 words cover what English separates into 4.
But each one has its own specific feeling, its own specific situations, its own specific logic. And once you feel that logic, you'll never mix them up again.
So today, we're covering do, make, create, and build.
4 words, so many situations. Let's get into it. Do. So this one is probably the one you use most often without even thinking. But when you actually stop and look at it, do is doing a really specific job in English.
So the core idea behind do is performing an action or completing a task, usually something that already exists as a recognized activity, like do your homework, do the dishes, do the laundry, do your job. Like these are all established activities that have names, and you perform them, you do them.
And that's such an important distinction. Like, do is for activities that are already defined, already named, already understood. You don't create them, you just perform them, do them.
And this is where do and make get confused. Like, why do we say do homework but make a decision? Why do the dishes but make dinner? And the answer is actually in that difference between performing an already defined activity and producing something new.
Right, like doing homework is performing an already defined task, but making dinner is producing something that didn't exist before. You make something new. You do something that already exists.
And do is also used in a more general sense, like, what do you do? Meaning, what is your job? What is your profession? What activity defines your working life?
And that question, what do you do, is honestly one of the most common conversation starters in English. Like, you meet someone, and within minutes, someone asks, so, what do you do?
And the answer uses do too, like, I do marketing, I do research, I do graphic design, like naming the activity, the field, the thing you perform every day.
And do well and do badly are really important phrases, like, she did really well in the interview, or he didn't do well on the test, like performing at a certain level, doing well or badly.
And do your best is such a meaningful phrase, like just do your best, meaning give it your maximum effort, perform at the highest level you're capable of, do your best.
And do someone a favor is used constantly, like, can you do me a favor? Meaning, can you perform this helpful action for me? Can you do me a favor?
And that'll do is such a natural phrase, like, I think that'll do, meaning that's enough, that's sufficient, that'll do.
And do away with is a really useful phrase, like, they should do away with that rule, meaning get rid of it, eliminate it, do away with it.
And do without is another one, like, I can't do without my morning coffee, meaning I can't function without it, I can't manage without it.
And how are you doing is one of the most common greetings in English, like, how are you doing is such a natural, casual, everyday thing to say when you see someone.
And do the math is a phrase used really often in everyday speech, like, you do the math, meaning think about it, work it out. The conclusion is obvious if you think it through.
And done deal as a phrase means something is agreed, finalized, complete. Like, it's a done deal, meaning it's settled, it's finished, there's nothing left to discuss.
And easier said than done is one of those phrases that every English learner should have in their toolkit. Like, that sounds easy, but it's easier said than done, meaning saying something is always simpler than actually doing it.
So do is for performing already defined activities and tasks, for jobs and professions, for performing at a level, for favors, for sufficiency, and in dozens of really natural everyday phrases. Okay, expression 2, make. Now, if do is about performing an activity that exists, make is about producing something that comes into existence as a result of your effort.
So the core idea behind make is production, creation of a result, like something comes out at the end, something new exists that didn't exist before, like she made a cake, meaning she produced a cake. It now exists because of her effort. She made it, and this is the key to understanding make. Like, there's always a product, a result, a thing that exists after you make it. Even if that thing is abstract, like he made a decision, she made a promise, they made a mistake. All of these are things that now exist in the world because someone made them.
And that production idea is why we say make dinner, not do dinner. Like, dinner is something you produce. It comes into existence because you made it. But do the dishes because washing dishes is an activity, not a production.
And make is used for so many things, like make a phone call, make a suggestion, make an effort, make progress, make an appointment, make a difference. Like, all of these are things that come into existence because you made them.
And make it is such a powerful phrase. Like, she made it to the top, meaning she succeeded, she reached the goal, she got there, she made it.
Or, I don't think I'm going to make it to the meeting on time, meaning I won't arrive in time, I won't manage to be there, I won't make it.
And make up is used in so many ways. Like, they made up after the argument, meaning they reconciled, they restored the friendship. Or she made up a story, meaning she invented it, she fabricated it. Or I need to make up for lost time, meaning compensate, recover, make up for it.
And make sense is used constantly. Like, does this make sense? Is one of the most common phrases in any kind of explanation or teaching. Like, I'm just checking that this makes sense.
And make the most of is such a beautiful and motivating phrase. Like, let's make the most of this opportunity, meaning let's use it to its full potential. Let's produce the maximum value from what we have.
And make ends meet is such a real and important phrase. Like, it's hard to make ends meet on one salary, meaning it's hard to have enough money to cover all expenses, to make the financial ends connect.
And make-believe is such a lovely phrase. Like, they were playing make-believe, meaning they were pretending, imagining something into existence, playing make-believe.
So make is about producing something that comes into existence as a result of effort, causing reactions or effects, succeeding or arriving, and in countless everyday phrases that involve production and result.
Okay, expression 3, create. Now, this one sits in really interesting territory because create overlaps with make in some ways, but has a very specific and distinct energy of its own.
So the core idea behind create is bringing something entirely new into existence, usually something that requires imagination or originality or real creative thinking. Like, she created a completely new style of painting, meaning something that didn't exist in quite that form came into existence through her imagination. She created it.
And that's what separates create from make. Like, you make a cake, but you create a recipe. You make a table, but you create a design. Make is more about the production process. Create is more about the origination, the bringing into existence of something genuinely new.
And create has a slightly elevated, slightly more artistic or innovative feeling. Like, it's the word you reach for when you want to signal that something required genuine imagination or genuine originality.
Like, the designer created a completely new aesthetic, or the scientist created a new compound, or the writer created a world that felt completely real. All of these signal something that came from imagination and original thinking.
And create works in professional settings constantly. Like, we need to create a strategy. Let's create a new process. She was asked to create a presentation. Like these are things that require thought and originality, things that need to be created.
And create also works for negative things, like this situation is creating a lot of confusion, or the new policy created more problems than it solved, like bringing something negative into existence, creating it.
And creation as a noun is used in so many powerful ways, like this is her greatest creation, meaning this is the best thing she ever brought into existence. Or in a religious sense, the creation refers to the beginning of everything, the act of bringing the world into existence.
And creative as an adjective is worth mentioning, like she's so creative, meaning she has the ability to bring new things into existence through imagination. She's creative.
And get creative is such a useful and encouraging phrase, like we need to get creative with this problem, meaning we need to approach it with imagination, with original thinking. We need to create new solutions.
And create an impression is a really interesting phrase. Like, she really created a strong first impression, meaning she produced a specific effect in how people perceived her. She created that impression.
And content creator is one of the most common professional titles in the digital world right now, like someone who creates original content for social media, for YouTube, for podcasts. A content creator.
And that phrase perfectly captures the create energy. Like, a content creator isn't just making content in the way you make a sandwich. They're creating it with originality, with imagination, with their own specific voice and perspective.
And create a scene is a really useful informal phrase, like please don't create a scene in the restaurant, meaning don't make a big dramatic fuss, don't draw embarrassing attention, don't create that uncomfortable situation.
So, create is about bringing something genuinely new into existence through imagination and original thinking. It has an elevated artistic quality, works in professional contexts, and applies to both positive and negative things that come into existence. Okay, last expression. Build. And this one has a really distinct and really powerful energy that sets it apart from the other three. So the core idea behind build is construction, like putting things together piece by piece, layer by layer, over time, to produce something solid and lasting. Like they built a house, meaning they constructed it piece by piece, brick by brick. It took time, it took effort, it took planning, and at the end, something solid existed. They built it.
And that idea of construction over time is really the heart of build. Like build almost always implies a process, not a single moment, but sustained effort over a period of time that results in something strong and lasting.
And this is what separates build from make and create. Like, you can make a cake in an hour, you can create an idea in a moment, but building something takes sustained effort. It has that permanence, that durability, that sense of something that will last.
And build works beautifully in figurative contexts, like she spent years building her career, meaning she constructed it piece by piece, decision by decision, experience by experience. Over time, she built it.
And they built an incredible relationship, meaning they constructed it through shared experiences, through trust, through time. They built it together.
And build confidence is such a common and important phrase. Like public speaking really helped her build her confidence, meaning she constructed confidence piece by piece through practice and experience. She built it.
And you can't really make confidence or create confidence in the same way. Like, you build it slowly, through repetition, through showing up, through doing it over and over until it's solid, until it's real. You build it.
And build on is a really useful phrase. Like, let's build on what we discussed last week, meaning let's use that as a foundation and construct something more on top of it. Let's build on it.
And build up is used a lot. Like, she built up a really impressive portfolio, meaning she accumulated it piece by piece over time. She built it up.
Or the tension was building up in the room, meaning it was accumulating accumulating, growing, layer by layer, building up.
And well-built is used to describe someone with a strong physical build, or something constructed very solidly, like that's a really well-built piece of furniture, meaning it was constructed with care and quality. It's well-built.
And build a reputation is such an important professional phrase. Like, she spent years building a reputation for honesty and excellence, meaning constructing it through consistent behavior, through choices made over a long period. She built that reputation one action at a time.
And build bridges is a beautiful figurative phrase. Like, instead of arguing, let's try to build bridges, meaning create connections, find common ground, construct understanding between people who don't agree.
And build momentum is used constantly in sports, in business, in any situation where energy and progress are accumulating. Like, the team is really starting to build momentum, meaning their energy and progress are growing, accumulating, building.
And build from scratch is such a powerful phrase. Like, she built the company entirely from scratch, meaning from nothing, with no foundation, no head start. She constructed it layer by layer from absolutely nothing. She built it from scratch.
So build is about construction over time. It implies sustained effort and something lasting, works both literally for physical structures and figuratively for careers, relationships, confidence, reputations, and momentum.
Okay, roleplay time?
Yes, so the scenario is two colleagues, Nadia and Ryan, catching up over lunch and talking about a new project they're both working on.
Perfect. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so tell me how the new project is going.
Honestly, it's exciting, but also a little overwhelming. Like, we've been asked to build a completely new system from scratch.
From scratch? Like no foundation at all?
Nothing. We have to create the whole framework ourselves, which is exciting because we get to really create something genuinely new, but also we have so much to do just to get started.
Okay, so where are you right now?
So far, we've done the initial research, and we've started to build a picture of what the users actually need, like really listening and building up this understanding.
That's such an important first step. Like, you can't create something useful if you don't understand the problem first.
Exactly. And we're also trying to build relationships with the other departments, because we're going to need their input.
And how are you doing with that?
It's taking time. You can't just do a quick meeting and have a relationship. You have to build it slowly, you know?
I know. Like, trust is something you build. You can't create it in a single conversation.
Exactly. And the team lead keeps telling us to build on what other teams have already done, like not to recreate everything from scratch if we don't have to.
That's smart. Like, why do all that work again when you can build on something that already works?
Right. And honestly, I think we're starting to build some momentum. Like, the first few weeks were slow, but now things are really building up.
That's always how it goes. Like, the beginning is where you do all the groundwork, and then suddenly everything starts to build.
Exactly. Oh, and we have to create a presentation for the stakeholders next week.
How's that going?
I still need to do a lot of preparation for it. Like, I've been putting it off, but I really need to do the research and then build.
Do you need help? I can make time to look over it before you present it.
Would you? That would be amazing. I really want to create something that makes a strong impression.
Of course. Just make sure you build in some time before the presentation for a practice run.
Good call. And I want to make sure we build a strong case for the budget increase we need. Because if we don't get the budget, we can't build the system properly.
Then create the strongest case you can. Show them exactly what you're building and why it matters.
You're right. Okay, I feel better after talking this through.
That's what lunch is for.
And there it is. All 4 words woven naturally through one completely real work conversation.
Did you catch them all?
Build a new system from scratch, constructing something piece by piece from nothing.
Create the whole framework, bringing something new into existence.
Do the initial research,
performing a defined activity.
Build a picture, constructing understanding gradually.
Create something useful, bringing something into existence through imagination.
Build relationships, constructing trust over time.
Build trust slowly, constructing it piece by piece.
Build on what others have done, using existing foundations.
Build momentum, accumulating energy and progress.
Do the groundwork, performing foundational tasks.
Do a lot of preparation, performing defined activities.
Make the narrative clear, producing a clear result.
Make time, producing availability.
Create a strong impression, bringing a specific effect into existence.
Build in time, constructing it into a schedule.
Build a strong case, constructing an argument piece by piece.
Create the strongest case, bring something into existence with originality.
All 4 words used naturally multiple times each in one real, relatable work conversation. Okay, quick quiz time.
Let's go.
Listeners, fill in the blank with the right word. Ready?
Sentence 1. Can you blank me a favor and send me that file?
Do. Can you do me a favor and send me that file? Performing an action for someone else.
Sentence 2. She spent 20 years blank her reputation in the industry.
Building. She spent 20 years building her reputation in the industry, constructing it piece by piece over time.
Sentence 3. He blanked a really creative solution to the problem.
Created. He created a really creative solution to the problem, brought something new into existence through original thinking.
Sentence 4. I need to blank the laundry before tonight.
Do. I need to do the laundry, performing a defined household activity.
Sentence 5. They made a huge blank in the kitchen.
Made. They made a huge mess in the kitchen. They produced something that now exists as a result.
Sentence 6. She's been blanking her confidence through public speaking.
Building. She's been building her confidence through public speaking, constructing it gradually through sustained practice.
Sentence 7. Let's blank a plan before we start.
Make. Let's make a plan before we start. Produce something that didn't exist before.
Sentence 8. The company was blanked from scratch by one person in a garage.
Built. The company was built from scratch, constructed piece by piece from absolutely nothing.
This policy is blanking a lot of unnecessary confusion.
Creating. This policy is creating a lot of necessary confusion, bringing something negative into existence.
And last one, sentence 10. She did her blank in the interview and got the job.
Did. She did her best in the interview, performed at her maximum level.
Listeners, how did you do? Drop your answers in the comments.
And if you got all 10, that's genuinely impressive, because these 4 words are tricky even for advanced learners. Okay, let's bring it all home. Today's 4 words.
To do for performing already defined activities and tasks.
For jobs and professions.
For performing at a level.
For favors.
And in countless everyday phrases like do your best, do without, do away with, and easier said than done.
Make for producing something that comes into existence as a result of effort.
For causing reactions or effects.
For succeeding or arriving.
And in everyday phrases like make sense, make it, make the most of, and make ends meet.
Create for bringing something genuinely new into existence.
Through imagination and original thinking.
Has an elevated artistic quality.
And applies to both positive and negative things that come into existence.
Build for constructing something piece by piece over time.
Implies sustained effort and something lasting. Works for physical structures, careers, relationships, confidence, reputations, and momentum.
4 words, 1 area of confusion, permanently fixed.
And the key to remembering which one to use is to ask yourself, is this a defined activity I'm performing?
Do.
Am I producing a result that will exist?
Make.
Am I bringing something genuinely new into existence through imagination?
Create.
Am I constructing something piece by piece over time that will be solid and lasting?
Build. That's such a clean and useful framework.
We try.
Okay, before we go, your challenge this week.
Pick 2 of today's 4 words.
Just 2.
And notice each time you want to use them in a real conversation this week.
Like, pay attention to which one you instinctively reach for, and check whether it's the right one.
And when you use one correctly that you might have gotten wrong before, come and tell us in the comments.
Tell us, I made dinner tonight instead of I did dinner. Or I'm building my confidence instead of I'm making my confidence.
We genuinely love reading those moments when something clicks.
If today helped you, hit that like button.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
New episodes every week, real English, real conversations.
Share this with someone who always says, I need to make my homework.
They really need this episode.
We're doing them a favor.
This has been Business English Desk. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jamie, and we'll see you in the next one.
Go do something amazing today.
Make it count.
Create something new.
And build something that lasts.
Bye.
Bye.